Hi there, my name is Mary Salisbury. My company is The Right Divorce Solution located in Wilmington, North Carolina. I'm a divorce financial planner and a divorce mediator, and my mission is to help people divorce with grace, to help them divorce in an emotionally healthier manner, and to help them divorce financially smart. So today I'd like to talk about going back to work after divorce. So mostly I'm going to be talking about, stay-at-home moms, but I know that there's a lot of stay-at-home dads too. I've had plenty of mediations where it was the dad that was the stay-at-home parent. So, these points will apply to you, but normally I say for the most part, it is stay-at-home moms that are looking to go back to work. So most of these points will apply to women. This is a really emotionally hard time for you. I understand that because one thing you're thinking about, oh my gosh, I don't have the job skills, and I've been staying at home, and employers are not going to want to hire me, and I'm looking at this rejection, and so that's really kind of hard. That's hard to face. And you may be somebody that's lived in has some social circles where the other women don't work. It's a prestige kind of thing. Their spouses are taking care of them. You've got this lifestyle that you don't want to change. And maybe the most important point is the fact that you've been taking care of your kids. You've been there when they come home from school. They didn't maybe have to go to daycare, but now they're going to have to go to daycare. They're going to have to go to after school programs, and you're going to have to rely on other people to help you help take care of your kids. And that's really a hard thing to face. So, one of the things I really worry about is the fact that stay-at-home moms often don't do all that well financially after divorce. Statistically, it's very hard for a lot of women to recover the standard of living that they had before divorce. Many women live very close to the poverty line. I think that is partly because women choose professions that maybe not be that high paying. They sometimes put off going back to work. They rely on that spousal support, which may not really be enough to support them. They create credit card debt. They may be using resources, maybe financial settlement they got in the divorce. They use that to live on rather than going back to work. So it's really not a good idea to postpone going back to work. It's something that you really need to kind of face and get back in that workforce. One of the things I think people don't realize is that if you go to court over either spousal support or child support, judges are possibly and probably going to impute a certain amount of income. They're going to say that you are capable of making X amount of dollars, and you aren't going to get support above that amount. You're only going to get support above that amount. For instance, I know in North Carolina, for purposes of child support, if your children are over 3 years old and you're capable of working, a judge is going to expect you to contribute toward the support of your children. And so it's very likely that they're going to impute some income toward you, even if it's minimum wage. And you have to realize that judges are working parents themselves. So you may have a woman judge, but they actually may not be voting in your favor like you might think. They have very difficult jobs. They raise children. They work. And they're going to think that you can do it too. There's no reason why you can't go back to work and be a working parent just like them. So, and also, your ex, may not be real thrilled about having to support you. For a short period of time, a lot of spouses realize that they do have to support their spouses to get them back on their feet. But there's that contract that you made when your children were born, that you were going to be able to stay at home if you're lucky enough to be able to financially afford to do that. That contract, in their minds is kind of over. You're getting a divorce now. They don't necessarily want to support you, particularly in the gray divorces where the women are, maybe in their 50s and haven't worked for maybe 20 or even 30 years. The husband is nearing retirement. They don't want to work till they're 70 or 75 so that you can have this, what they think of as an early retirement. that was okay while you were married, but now that the marriage is over, they expect you to go back to work. And so I find in my mediations that they are negotiated for that imputed income. They say, hey, she can go back and work at Costco and make $11 an hour, and I don't want to have to pay her, that $20,000 that she's capable of making. So you very well may be facing this gap in the support you receive. So you need to, realize that that's something that can happen. So, putting off getting your job skills is maybe not such a great idea. And, there are resources out there that where you can learn these programs that employers expect you to know online. There are websites such as lynda.com, that's spelled with a Y, Lynda. There's Thinkific. There's all kinds of online resources that can teach you all these different programs that you're going to need to know. I mean, pretty much any program out there, there's somebody online that can teach you how to run it. And you can also think about going back to community college, possibly. They have courses for people in your situation that need to get back to work and brush up on their job skills. They can help you prepare a resume and things like that. Maybe this is a time for you to negotiate with your ex going back to school, at least for a short period of time. Maybe you are close to getting your college degree before you stopped working. Maybe this is, you can negotiate going back to school for a short period of time while they support you, because they will have to support you less if you do have a college degree, because employers are looking for that college degree, and it does make you more employable, and you can probably negotiate a higher salary if you have that college degree. So that's something that you can think about. And if you are thinking that your divorce is imminent, maybe this is a time for you to start taking those college courses and taking those online courses while your kids are at school, so that you can be prepared for the time when the divorce does happen. And even if you're getting spousal support, the more you make, the better off you're going to be. So I want you to think positively about that and look at the bright side of going back to work. Maybe you were in a marriage where you didn't get a lot of appreciation for the contributions you made. Kids certainly don't say thank you to moms for making dinner and keeping, their clothes clean and their house clean. And husbands can kind of be bad about that too. Everybody kind of can take that for granted, what the stay-at-home mom does. So, going back to work can be a real self-esteem builder. You're going to get that paycheck every week or two. You're going to be supporting yourself. Employers can often, if you might have a real nice employer that gives you lots of kudos. It makes you feel good when you're doing a good job at work. And there's some social circles that you may have given up, but you can make a whole batch of new friends when you go back to work. And who knows, you may even find a little romance at work. So, I just say, I think it's in your best interest to go back to work as soon as you can, brush up on your skills. When you know that divorce is, possibly imminent, or it's something that you're thinking about, go ahead and brush up on those skills so that you can be prepared to support yourself as soon as possible. And, your kids are going to get used to it. Their friends both their parents work. It's something that kids will adjust to. Kids just need to know that they're loved, and they'll adjust to a different lifestyle. It's not uncommon anymore for both parents to work. So, just move forward. You're smart, you're capable, and life goes on. You'll do it.